6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and the world over are observing Kashmir Black Day today against illegal occupation of their state by India on this day in 1947. Senate, in a unanimous resolution, has reaffirmed Pakistan's solidarity with Kashmiri people in their just struggle for the right to self-determination. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has urged India to respect fundamental human rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Prime Minister says the government firmly believes in the freedom of expression and considers it an important pillar of the state. Pakistan and China will hold Sea Guardian 3 joint maritime exercise in the Northern Arabian Sea next month. South Africa are chasing a victory target of 271 runs against Pakistan in the ICC Cricket World Cup at Chennai. And now the news in detail. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and across the world are observing Kashmir Black Day today to convey the world that India had occupied their state illegally on this day in 1947. It was on October 27, 1947, when Indian troops, in total violation of the spirit of partition plan of the subcontinent, had militarily invaded Jammu and Kashmir and illegally occupied it against the will of the Kashmiri people. Protest marches, rallies and seminars are being held across the country, including Azad Jammu and Kashmir and all over the world, to condemn the invasion of Indian Army on October 27, 1947, as well as the revocation of the special status of occupied Kashmir by Modi-led fascist government on August 5, 2019. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the authorities had deployed additional Indian troops and police personnel in Srinagar and other cities and towns today to prevent people from holding anti-India protests. The authorities also locked the historic Jamia Masjid Srinagar on the third consecutive Friday today and disallowed people to offer Jummah prayers. Hurriyat leaders and organizations in their statements deplored the failure of UN to settle Kashmir dispute despite being on its agenda for the last over 7 decades. They said durable peace in South Asia is not possible without resolving the Kashmir dispute as per the Kashmiris' aspirations. Meanwhile, the UK lawmakers and activists addressing a conference in the British Parliament called for resolution of the dispute by giving the Kashmiris their right to self-determination. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar says Pakistan firmly stands with the people of Kashmir. In a tweet today, he said, as we mark the 76th anniversary of India's occupation of Kashmir today, my thoughts are with the resilient and brave Kashmiri people who continue to yearn for their due rights. The Senate, in a unanimous resolution today, reaffirmed Pakistan's solidarity with Kashmiri people in their just struggle for the right to self-determination. The resolution, moved by Senator Kamil Ali Agha, reiterated Pakistan's continued moral, diplomatic and political support to the Kashmiri people. The resolution strongly condemned brutalities being perpetuated by the occupied forces and the killing of thousands of innocent Kashmiris in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The House also rejected conduct of fake elections in occupied territory, saying this violates the UNSC resolutions. Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch says Pakistan will continue to extend its political, diplomatic and moral support to the people of Kashmir until realization of their right to self-determination. Talking to Radio Pakistan correspondent Ahsan Amjad, she said entire Pakistani nation supports the legitimate struggle of Kashmiris for their right to self-determination. Answering a question about the revocation of Article 370 and unilateral measures of August 5, 2019 by India, she emphasized that it is an attempt to suppress the voice of the people of Kashmir. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has urged India to respect the fundamental human rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. In Jeddah, the organization reaffirmed its support for the rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, including their right to self-determination. It stressed upon India to reverse the illegal and unilateral measures taken on and after 5th August 2019 to change the internationally recognized disputed status of the territory. This is Radio Pakistan. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar says the government firmly believes in freedom of expression and considers it an important pillar of the state. The Prime Minister expressed these views while talking to Information Minister Murtaza Solanki, who called on him in Islamabad today. The meeting discussed the problems concerning the All Pakistan Newspaper Society, the Council of Pakistan Newspapers Editors, and the media industry. The Prime Minister on the occasion directed for resolving the legitimate demands of the media industry and taking necessary steps in this regard. Anwarul Haq Kakar said he will continue his interaction with the journalists and media persons. Caretaker Minister for Information Murtaza Solanki has reiterated steadfast determination of the caretaker government to ensure the conduct of free, fair and transparent elections in the country. During a meeting with the Chairman Senate Sadiq Sanjarani in Islamabad today, he said the caretaker government is bound to implement the constitution and the law. The meeting emphasized the importance of open dialogue and facilitating access to information. The repatriation of illegal foreign nationals to their countries is continuing, and only 4 days are left for the undocumented foreign nationals to leave Pakistan. The government has asked all undocumented foreign nationals, including Afghan nationals, to leave Pakistan by 31st of this month. Otherwise, law enforcement agencies will take action as per the law of the land. Pakistan and China will hold the Sea Guardians 3 joint maritime exercise in waters and airspace of the Northern Arabian Sea next month. A Chinese defense spokesperson Wao Qiong said at a press conference in Beijing that the exercise will focus on joint response to maritime security threats. He said this exercise aims to consolidate the all-weather strategic cooperative partnership and traditional friendship between the two countries and strengthen realistic combat training of the two navies. Ambassador of Pakistan to European Union, Belgium and Luxembourg, Amna Baloch has expressed resolve to continue efforts for further enhancing bilateral relations with these countries. She expressed the resolve while presenting her credentials to the Grand Duke of Luxembourg today at the Royal Palace of Luxembourg. President Dr. Arif Alvi has expressed deep grief over the death of former Chinese Premier Li Keqiang. In a condolence message, the president said that Pakistan today lost a great friend. He said Li Keqiang was a strong advocate and supporter of Pakistan-China economic strategic relations. China's former Premier Li died of sudden heart attack in Shanghai today. He was 68. Israeli forces in their unabated airstrike on occupied West Bank martyred at least 40 Palestinians last night. According to Palestinian news agency Wafa, the airstrike hit at least 3 residential areas, including Nusiriyat refugee camp and Khan Yunis refugee camp. In the ICC Cricket World Cup match at Chennai against Pakistan, South Africa, chasing a victory target of 271, were 34 for 1 in 3.3 overs a short while ago. Batting first, Pakistan were all out at 270 runs in 46.4 overs. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most upper parts of the country, while partly cloudy in most sectors of Balochistan and Sindh during the next 12 hours. Partly cloudy weather with chances of rain, wind, thunderstorm is likely in southwestern Balochistan. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.